Hi, it's Alfred from SARtraining.ca. Today we're just going to take a quick look at screen recording on the M30T. This is used mostly sometimes to, well, some people are using it as a black box, which I disagree with, but sometimes you want to capture something to take it back and explain to somebody else how to do something, just like I'm doing now. So that's why I was turning it on today, and I'll show you where the files are kept and how to get them off your hard drive. So I am logged in to the controller, and to turn it on is relatively easy. I'm just going to scroll down. Once I went down, I can hit the screen record. It's right below the Wi-Fi button, and I'm just going to go down again and confirm that it's turned on. I could also do a screenshot if I wanted to. So there's a screenshot. So it's works relatively well. So I am now recording what's on the controller. To turn it off, just reverse the process. So now I have these files on my computer, or on the controller. So now I have these files on the controller. Let's take a look at how we can get them off there. So one way would be to plug in a memory stick into the controller on the USB-A side. So let me just bring up. So there's our controller. And if I were to go to USB-A, and if you're wondering how that's being captured, that HDMI cable that you see there is actually going out to capture device. That cover's being in the way. There we go. So there's our memory stick in. So if I were to go back to this, we'll hop out of the Pilot 2 app, go to Files. I'm on the internal storage, just making sure that I can see that other disk, 32 gigs. It can? Okay, so let's find that picture. Maybe the demo gods do not want to work with me today. Internal storage. Okay, so there's some screenshots in here. Just selecting them. And so I select them. I'm going to copy to, and then I'll go to my 32 gig, and I'll put them in movies there. Copy. So it's copying those right now. So that's one method, and I left them on there for a reason. So the other choice is to plug in a USB-C. So there's there, and you're hearing logging into my computer. So this has popped open, and there is this is Windows 10, Windows 11 works basically the same way. It's just going to show your controller and go to internal storage, and everything is under the video movies. There it is. So there's the same 4 files. So I can go click. So these I can just copy to internal storage. Now I'll move them to clean up the controller. So there's 2 options to get it off there. If you are having an issue with it not seeing your USB, it depends on the format of the drive. So what I'll do here in a second is I will plug in the drive here so you can see it. So I'm just plugging that the USB stick. It should come up. So there it is there. If I right click on that, and you'll notice that as soon as I plugged it into the drone, it actually made the same folder structure. But in order to do that, it depends on whether it's FAT32 or I can get rid of those. So this is, if we go to the properties of it, it's FAT32. If you wanted to, you could format it to extended FAT as well. And the difference being is FAT32 actually has a limit on the size of the files. So I just typed it into Google here so that you can get an idea on it. Cannot store files larger than 4 gigabyte, which means basically that if you had made a large recording, you'd be not able to transfer to it. And then we were talking about this, I can do a larger format with the extended FAT, but I can do files larger than 4 gig. So that's why I set them up usually as extended FAT. It just makes it easier for transferring files on the USB with the drones. Okay, so we've formatted that memory stick. So now I'm going back to the AirPass here. I can unplug that USB-C that I had plugged in there. There's the same memory stick put in. If I go into Files and I go to see my drives, you notice that I had called it AirPass Transfer. Well, I can see that drive a lot easier when so I had named it AirPass Transfer. There it is. And the internal storage. And then if there was any movies in there, you'd be able to see them. It is nice to have one that that you've already labeled and formatted, and it makes it easier to find it. So anyway, so that is basically screen recordings. If you're captioned to your controller. Hopefully that answers any of the questions you have on screen recording on the M30T using Pilot 2 app.